If you ever wanted to try and survive the zombie apocalypse, this might be your game. Ultimate Zombie Defense is an isometric game where you and up to 3 other players join forces with the sole objective to survive wave after wave of the zombie horde. This game is a cross between that tower defense game you spent far too long playing and old school top-down shooters. Before you jump into the battle, you first have to pick one of 4 classes, each with its own set of upgrades that can be purchased as you level up that class. Each class's skills tree ends with an ultimate power that helps you define what that class is. I have to say that all the perks leading up to the ultimate power are hard to notice individually in the melee of the hundreds of zombies thrown at you, but as they stack, you can feel your ability to climb the wave count becoming easier. Classes we have are Heavy. The Berserker mode that special gives increases damage by 500%. The Medic gives you 3 seconds of invulnerability. The Specialist, a 1% chance to do 500% damage. And then the Engineer, and he gets a little drone that flies around and keeps helping him fight. Once you have a class, you have to pick a map from 3 different maps that are currently available. And each map has its individual twist. The bridge, the simplest of the maps, has you in the middle of a multi-lane bridge facing zombies coming at you from both ends of the bridge. This is a great starting map to get to grips with the game and the easiest to play in an offline solo mode. City Outskirts. This raises the challenge by increasing the number of directions the zombie horde attacks you from 2 to 4, and you are in the center of a city junction, so this allows for a last stand play style, building out defenses in the middle of a small area. And then the last level is the mall. This level takes place, as you guessed it, in a typical mall. Lots of places to get trapped, but it's the best level for that run and gun approach to the gameplay. The gameplay is a simple concept. Wave of zombie enemies that come at you from lots of different directions depending on the level that you choose. At the end of each wave you get to build and purchase phase. The build phase allows you to purchase defenses with the money that you hard earned killing those hordes. These defenses scale from wooden barricades to concrete walls, mounted turrets to automated death lasers. And at each build phase you can replace the destroyed barricades with better ones and repair the ones that survived the last phase. The defense is well balanced, with early wooden designs working well for the first, say, 5 to 10 levels of the waves, before they're just useless and can get easily overrun by the horde. There's an argument though to be had that the very best defenses and the very best stationary weapons are overpowered if well protected. And since you only start with a pistol, the purchase phase can be used to buy new weapons and specials, from the Uzi to the LMG and the special weapons like grenade launchers and flamethrowers. Due to the waves really being based on numbers, it's hard to recommend any other weapons than your fully auto type of gun. The guns behave as you would expect, damage-wise, but why pick an 8-round shotgun over a 100-round LMG with similar reload times? The same can be said for the super weapons. You're going to want the grenade launcher at some point, and the others don't really matter. That brings us to the zombies' behavior. It's a pretty simplistic AI, which you'd expect for a $4.99 title. They come straight for you, destroying everything in a direct path. So this can be used to your advantage in how you kite them around. The basic zombies are fairly straightforward, but there are a number of different special zombies that you encounter at different parts during the waves. So we have the chainsaw zombie, which quickly destroys barriers with his chainsaw. The explosive, they explode when you shoot them, damaging things around it. The acid spitting, they spit acid at you, making the area on the floor a damage area. The grabber, so they can reach out, grab you over a long distance and pull you into the horde, which is pretty insta-death, so you have to take those guys out fast. The zombie dogs, which are huge hounds that move quicker than the standard zombie. And then the giant berserker. This is a zombie that's several stories high. You fight him as a wave boss, and it's a bullet sponge. You just got to keep shooting him and kiting him along. Even though this can be all played as a solo if you wish, the real fun happens when you and a group of friends team up and plan your defenses out. This allows you to get to your higher levels and afford you to build those defenses you could only dream of as a solo. And that leads me to my final thoughts. I thought for the money this was an okay game. It's an alright bang for the buck for $4.99. In reviewing this game I played about 3 hours, and I was often left enjoying some parts more than others. First, you need to be playing with friends, and in order to have a good time you really need to get your buddies involved to have a good laugh. There are public lobbies as well, and most of the time you can find one, because the game averages about 25 to 75 players online at one time, but it's hard to get them to communicate. Early waves are really allowed to get dug into the setup, and it's basically level 10 to 20 that really is the hardest while you build out your ultimate defense plan. And I found that part the most challenging part before the fun kind of dropped off. I had multiple death lasers, automatic turrets, barriers that no zombie could break 3 layers thick, and 48 rounds of my grenade launcher, and a 100-round mag leveling everything out I could basically shoot at with my LMG. I just held the fire button, And it's at that point, once you get to that level and you're into 30 and 40 level, that I wish there was more than a random occurrence of the zombies, so that they could teleport behind your defenses. I know this becomes an issue on most tower defenses, where your defenses are so good nothing can get through, but I feel with the zombies and them being mobile, there's maybe something can be done there to really keep the challenge escalating rather than peaking in the middle.